Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Lately I've been seeing a lot of people saying that Dead by Daylight is dying, and for many different reasons such as camping, tunneling, slugging, survive with friends, meta perks, and so on. In reality, none of those things are causing Dead by Daylight to die. The only thing killing Dead by Daylight is the player base as a whole having a really terrible mindset. From what I've seen in post-game chats, on Twitter, and on Twitch, people only are able to have fun when the match goes the way that they want, and only the way that they want. As soon as things don't go their way, they lash out and they blame the other side or blame behavior for ruining their fun. How dare they? Let me give you a couple examples. Let's say there's a killer who is face camping the first hook with Insidious, and they're hoping that the survivors will come in, be altruistic, and they'll get all of them and bait them in and get a 4K. But the survivors are smarter than that, and they just do all the gens, and 3 people get out. Suddenly the killer goes, what in the world? Those survivors just gen rushed. They're just a swift. Wow, that's so sweaty and cringy and oh. No, the survivors just knew what you were doing and they outplayed you. Now I enjoy Basement Bubba, but when survivors are smart and just do the gens and get out, I respect that, and it's okay. GG, you played well, you did better than me, and you know, the meme didn't work. Another example is you have a group of survivors who are all running Sabo builds, and they're like, ha, this killer can't hook me, and then the killer slugs, and the survivors are like, well, what the hell? You're just gonna bleed me out on the ground and let me bleed out? That's toxic. You're holding the game hostage. How could you do this to me? You see what I'm getting at, right? People play in certain ways, whether it's really sweaty or doing troll meme builds, and they're having fun until they get outplayed. And then all of a sudden, instead of being like, yeah, I got outplayed, you know, okay, let's go to the next game, it turns into this whole, I can't believe this, the other side is toxic, this isn't fair, poor me. It's this whole victim mentality that just is plaguing the community, and it has been for a while. Someone actually sent me a clip of a streamer they went against, and the match actually showcases exactly what I'm talking about, so I figured we'd take a look at it. A streamer named Kudly was playing a match as artist and went against another streamer who was playing in a 4-man survive with friends, but not just any 4-man survive with friends. It was a Sabo squad who brought him to the game and brought hook offerings, all the good stuff. And just based on what I've told you so far, I'm sure you can see where this is going. Just a quick warning before we jump into the clips, the Survivor streamer did have a couple audio issues during their stream, and the audio in a couple parts just glitches and clips. It's not very often, but if you're wearing headphones, just be warned that that happens. Let's take a look at how the survivor acts when things are going their way.
That's okay. She swings at pallets. She's stuck. She immediately threw me down.
As you can see, the Sabo builds are working and the artist isn't able to get any hooks, and the survivor finds it very amusing and funny. And I get that. When I use Sabo builds, it's very satisfying when it works and the killer can't get a hook. That's the point of running Sabo builds. I get that. But how does the survivor react when the killer decides to leave them on the ground to bleed out, which is countering their playstyle?
She can't hook anybody. She won't even try with boil over. She doesn't have to be a bitch about it. She can just take the L.
There's that little bit of audio clipping I was talking about. I know it probably wasn't fun to listen to, but if you didn't hear what the survivor said, they said, I don't know why she has to be a bitch about it. Why can't she just take the L? Yeah, the other side isn't allowed to try to counter what you're doing at all or outplay you or anything like that. They just have to just let you win. They just need to accept the L. God forbid that they play in a way that counters what you're doing.
Dude, there's a hook right there, dude. I'm gonna crawl to it. Cause I'm at DC before I bleed out. She's not gonna fucking do this. I don't give a fuck.
As you can see, they crawled to a hook and the killer did hook them because that's what they wanted, was to be able to make it to a hook. And then they make a comment of, I'll DC before I bleed out because I'm not dealing with this. If you don't want to deal with being slugged, why are you running a build that makes the killer slug you? Like, I just don't. In an ideal world for them, they just want the killer to drop you and then just run away and let you get picked up, and then rinse and repeat. Every time they can't get a hook, they have to drop you, let you get healed, and just run away. Like, that's it. That's what they want you to do. This survivor does end up getting downed again in an area with no hooks, so the artist does bleed them out until they die because they didn't have much left on their health meter anyway, and this is what happened.
I'm recording her. UT, yeah, I bet you don't have any followers, you fucking pussy, playing like that.
Ooh, going right for the report. Yep, I'm reporting this killer. How dare they outplay me? And also I'm gonna make sure that their name is right up on my screen and talk about how they probably don't have any followers and call them a pussy. Now at this point, I believe someone in their chat told them that they can't actually report the killer for that, or said something against what they were doing, and the streamer didn't like that.
I don't give a shit. They slug, tunnel, and camp and shit. So what the fuck? Who gives a shit? They can grow fucking pair of balls. They want to slug, tunnel, and camp and shit. They can fucking deal with it. They want to whine and cry when we use something like that, but they'll camp and slug and tunnel. They're nothing but big whiny ass babies.
I'm sorry, who's being a big whiny ass baby? I don't, do these people hear themselves when they talk? Like when they're just constantly whining and moaning, but then they say that the other side is whining when they can't even hear what they're saying? Speaking of which, let's take a quick look at Kudly's perspective and see how much they were whining or raging at these Sabo survivors.
Okay. You can just chill here. It's fine. And I guarantee she's gonna be like, well, I can't believe that I've been face camped. Like, you kinda did it to yourself. Like, they didn't let me hook them, so I just let them bleed out. Like, it's not me trying to be toxic. It's just, you literally gave me no space to do anything. So I'm just like, alright, I'll just chill then.
Doesn't sound very whiny to me. Sounds pretty chill. Sounds like they were just understanding the circumstances and did what they had to do to secure a couple kills in this video game. And you gotta love how he calls it out. He just knows, like, yeah, she's probably gonna be mad at me playing this way because it's expected. That's just what the DBD community is. It's just people who, you know, when things don't go their way, they just whine and complain and throw a big tantrum. Someone in the survivors chat asked, did you report them? And they said,
I did for holding the game hostage.
Holding the game hostage. I will never understand that. Not in a million years, how you can sabo all the hooks in the area, and when you get slugged, the killer is holding the game hostage. That makes no sense. You could just say that you're holding the game hostage by not letting the killer get a hook. Nobody is being held hostage in this situation. You are both using things that are in the game to try and outplay each other. Now, I know the survivor in this streamer wasn't super over-the-top toxic, especially compared to other people in videos I've made, and that's not really the point that I'm making, but this is the mindset that it all stems from. This is where it all starts. Once you start feeling like you're entitled to a fun match, and that the other side has to play exactly how you want them to play, that's when you start down the path. And it's also when the game will start becoming far less enjoyable to you. The sooner you can realize that not every match is going to be fun for you, and it's not always going to work out in your favor, the better. Some matches are going to go great, and you're going to be able to use your meme builds, your troll builds, or your sweaty builds, and it's going to go great. And sometimes the other side is just going to be ready for it and outplay you and do better than you. You cannot honestly expect to win every game or to have a successful meme build every game. It's just not going to happen. Make your fun your fun. It's not the other side's job to make your fun. It is your fun, your experience, so you make it fun. You make it what you want it to be. Don't put that on other people, because if you do that, you're not going to be very happy. This mindset is getting worse every day, and I know this because there are fog whisperers who in their matches will be going for flashlight saves and saying, oh, I hope this killer DCs, ha ha ha, laughing it off. But then when they have a bad match, they're on Twitter whining and saying, oh, killers need to be banned for slugging, and just raging and going off, because that's what happens when matches don't go their way. Fog Whisperers are the people that Dead by Daylight chooses to represent the game. So when they are showcasing this mindset to the player base of, oh, look at me having fun, haha, I hope the killer DCs, I hope that they're not having fun and they quit the fucking match. Oh, but then I have a bad match and poor me, I'm a victim. I'm gonna go on Twitter and rage about it constantly. Like, you're just setting people up to have a horrible mindset and to expect all of their fun and good matches to be handed to them, which is not what you want to do. Anyways, I'm going to end the rant there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you go check out Kudly, who sent me the clip we looked at today. They seem really chill and really cool, so go show them some love and support. Remember to be kind to your fellow gamers, and that your fun is not anybody else's responsibility. See you in the next one. Goodbye.